There are 4 things that every new sales rep needs when they're ramping up into financial success at your company. And unfortunately, most companies only do one of these. Here's the things that you're missing. See, we all know that reps need the information, meaning that if I were to show up this coming Monday, I don't just magically know everything about your opportunity. It's, hey, what does success look like? Who am I selling to? What's the ICP, the ideal customer profile? What's the offer that I'm selling to them? How do I actually present that offer? And what's the sales system A to Z that I need to do to actually execute that process? So I need to know what success looks like. I need to know who I'm selling to, what I'm selling to them, and how to execute the step-by-step sales system. And that's the one thing that most organizations are doing, or at least trying to do to the best of their ability. As an example, you recruit me, I show up this coming Monday, you spend 10, 20, 30, 40 hours with me, regurgitating the information that you think I need to know to ramp up into financial success, leaving the other things on the table that are incredibly important. Now, one note on the informational side, we believe at Sales Recruiting University that it's best to automate these things, meaning that instead of spending 10, 20, 30, 40 hours with a group of new sales reps every single week or once a month, whenever it is that your onboarding cadence is, instead of doing that live and wasting a ton of leadership time, you should automate those things in the form of videos, documents, and quizzes and a learning management system to reduce 80% of the leadership workload while also increasing information retention. The information retention piece is huge because when you spend 10, 20, maybe up to 30, 40 hours with a group of new hires, the reality is they're going to forget up to 85% of the information that you teach them. That tells us that you're wasting leadership time and that reps actually need the information 2 to 3, 4 more times. So it's best to automate that. But that's just a side note on the informational side of the training process. The other 3 things that companies miss is role play. If you don't know the role play numbers that are ideal for a rep to master the scripting, they actually need to practice the pitch up to 50 times to master the communication layers of the sales system. The third thing that reps need in the onboarding process is coaching specifically on real sales conversations. So if you're doing calls on the phone, calls via Zoom, you're door-to-door, doing field sales, whatever it is, reps are ideally getting coaching at scale based on the real sales conversations they're having with prospects so that they can close the gap in their learning curve. And lastly, the 4th thing that companies miss is the structure, meaning that when a rep shows up on Monday, they need to know the 5 things they need to do today on Monday to be perfectly on track for Tuesday. They need to know the 6 things they need to do on Tuesday to be perfectly on track for Wednesday. And that needs to be consistent through the ramp up during at least the first 2 to 3, 4 weeks so they have a good, clear experience coming on board your organization. When you wrap structure into proper informational training, role-playing coaching, this is when your retention rates can increase by 2 and up to 5x. And if you want to learn how we can do this for you, click the link below and we'll see you soon. Thank you.